I might have cut myself off a little bit early again. Boy, oh boy, do I know how to do that a lot. Good. I started the stream. I went upstairs. I got Coda. And she came right in. You best enjoy these while you can. I'm just not buying them again. Hello. All right. So being that today is Thursday, I did go see if the boys wanted to play Lethal, but did not get a response. Should I turn this look at his head a little bit so you can see some detail? Yeah, now he looks like he's being inquisitive about the microphone. Oh, good. I was kind of like, did I get it a second too early? Did I get it I mean, it takes it about 2 seconds for the song to actually start. So I guess on that end, it doesn't really matter. Yeah. So Coda came right in. No fights, no arguments, no nothing. Well, there was a minor one up at the top of the stairs. But Mom, I don't want to go downstairs. I want to go in the living room. I would like to be in the living room, Mom. But, you know, obviously I convinced her because TREATs. That, by the way, did not count against everybody's. I say everybody, but I should put up the usual warning. Yeah, she's still on a diet. If I'm being honest, she will probably be on a diet the rest of her life. But Mom is pretty inactive. Mom's hips hurt, her knees hurt, her ankles hurt, her back hurts. So we don't get out a lot. Boop. Well, I mean, she only gets upstairs access when the housemaid is out of town or at work. So, but yeah, no, you know, as long as I don't hear fighting, I don't care where she is once we're over there. It's the fighting that will make me crazy. Also, it might make her being able to be wherever she wants might make TREATS time slightly more difficult. Because it's often hard to get her to come back here when she's just down here somewhere. She's being so cute. She's a cute little pupperoo. All right. So the guys didn't respond about Lethal. So we are going to go ahead and go with the plan. Yeah, we'll see about that. I don't know how much we want to really give that one TREATS's too often either. Especially either I'm going to have to cut the number of TREATS's that I give to Coda because FOMO from Doodle. Or Doodle's gonna get obese. Coda's fat. She's not really obese. Doodle would end up obese. So you gotta remember, I give her, right now on a diet, she gets 1 large, 3 small, and a freeze-dried. 3 times a stream. That is a lot of treats. Yep. Coda's big problem is that we don't go out on a lot of walks because, not unlike my mother and my father, most of my lower body sucks. Mom had an excuse, sort of. She had some discs that ended up being fused because of a slipped disc, well, a herniated disc. And Dad, it's just genetics, which means that there's a good chance that, which I already know, that I have the same problem. Also, I had that major knee injury in high school. I say major, it's not like I tore my ACL, I tore my meniscus. Also, the same knee, it has horrifying arthritis in it. There's been a lot of remodeling. So, yeah, it's a thing. All right, so we have 1.5, 2 side quests on Storm, and then 3 to 5 on the twin side / also 3 hunts. And then we also have a DLC. And then we have the end of the game. Also, wait. Oh, yep. I got all of the stuff for mid.
Mid, tell me this is all you need.
Aw, you make it sound like I asked you to save the world or something.
Tell me this is all you need.
It's most of what I need. After you left, I went over the figures again, and I realized I'd forgotten a 1 and a 0. And a cogwheel. Just a tiny one. Though, that's the problem. Gears that small are a bastard to make, and I may have lost the one Blackthorn spent a fortnight toiling over.
Wait. The children. When they took apart your scales, there was a tiny brass gear. Now that I think about it, they didn't use it when we put the scales back together.
The young'uns? But why would
I don't remember.
You know what? I don't want to know. I'll keep working on the model. You go and find that cog.
It never occurred to me to put that together. I've played this game how many times? Oh, well, I suppose after the first time through, I did start skipping.
Project yet?
Not exactly. She seems preoccupied.
Sid! Is Mid still hiding from us?
She wasn't hiding. She's fine. She's just busy working on her next project.
A new invention? What is it? What is it? Is it an airship? I bet it's an airship!
Do you think she'll let us help?
That just so happens to be why I'm here. She needs something special, something only you 3 can provide. A brass gear. A tiny one. One that might fit on, say, a set of scales.
Oh, the one you forgot! We remember.
We saved it, just in case. It's in the bag of bits.
Isn't a bag of bits.
Since your lesson, we've been disassembling, then reassembling everything we can find. All the pieces that are left over, we keep under our beds, just in case.
That's good to know.
Look! I found it! Is that all? Just the gear? We have more parts if Mid needs them.
That's all for now. But I'll let Mid know about your hoard. Just in case.
Thanks, Sid.
Oh my goddess.
Well, did they have it?
They did. And they kept it somewhere nice and safe. Will it work?
Will it work? He's perfect! You're a genius, Clive.
What exactly are you going to use it for?
Only the most important job of all. The wings aren't going to move on their own. But with the right cog in the right place... well, you just wait and see. That should do it. Here goes nothing.
Why would an airship have oars?
Titan's tits.
It wasn't supposed to fly, was it?
Of course it was supposed to fly. Wouldn't be much of an airship if it didn't. Honestly, these bloody engines are driving me mad. I was so sure this would be the day she soared. The mithril engine was made to make dreams come true. But maybe this is one dream the world's better off without. Show folk how to take flying. It won't be long till they're raining death down on each other. People will lose their homes. Children, their mums and their dads. Like I lost mine.
I'm sorry.
So am I, Clive. So am I. Sorry that I have to choose. Do I follow my head, or do I follow my heart?
Good question. The first time I stood on the deck of your ship, felt the wind in my hair. It was like I was flying. But imagine how it would feel to actually do it.
My dad always said there were two ways of living life. Chasing a dream or shuffling to your grave. And he were right. Right about a lot of things. Not that I like to admit it. People need dreams to chase. Especially in a world like this. Right. When this is over, I'm gonna take all my mithril engines to Zemeckis and sling them over the edge. I won't have my dream end up turning into someone else's nightmare.
But all that hard work...
All that hard work will not be used for war, Jamie. But it ain't like it'll be gone. Tell me, Clive, have you ever been on a treasure hunt?
Not since Joshua and I were boys. Why do you ask?
Because I'm gonna bury the engine schematics and leave behind a little riddle telling people where to find them. A really hard one, so that only the most dedicated dreamers will ever be able to work it out. Ooh, I can picture it now. Some daft general squinting at the words with a gormless expression on his mug. Like that one, yeah.
Right.
Of course, if I'm putting this engine at the end of a treasure hunt, I'll still need to make it a treasure worth hunting for. Won't be much of a prize if it couldn't even make a toy boat fly after all. My dad always said, dream big. But it ain't the size of a dream that's important, is it, Clive? Only that it's a good one. And I reckon I've got a fair few good uns left in me.
I'm sure you do.
Oh, thanks to goddess. And we get to put the not flying ship on Curiosity's table. All right. We can look at that later. I need to sneeze. Do not like sneezing. Does anybody like sneezing? Thank you. You like to sneeze? I guess that's saying something, Linux. Like, if it's one of those sneezes where it's been refusing to come out for a long while, when it finally comes out, I enjoy that. It releases annoyance for me. I'm usually more annoyed by the sneeze than anything. Okay, where am I going? Quentin, we needed to talk to Quentin about something. What was it? What the fuck was it? I don't remember.
Quentin, I have a proposal for you.
Do you now? Something tells me you'll be asking more of me than a cask of Gotand gold. Go on then. Propose. You'd have me convince the chiefs and chamberlains of the realm that they should simply swallow their pride and do the one thing that has proved impossible for thousands of years. Was there anything else? Perhaps I can fetch you a meat pie as well.
I know it's a lot to ask, but I can think of none better suited to the role.
And you'd have me give up what little I have left to do it. I told you, Clive. The people of Lostwing are my family, and I cannot abandon them. You'll have to find someone else.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So am I.
And why might that be?
What he's asking. How's it any different to what you've done so far? They want you to speak for those who can't speak for themselves. That's what you do best. If it's the vineyard you're worried about, we'll see that the grapes are picked and the tons filled. You know we will.
It's not that.
Then what is it? You said yourself we're family. Don't you trust us?
You know that's not what I'm...
Then what are you saying? That only we are worth saving? Why turn your back on everyone else? You convinced us we could build new lives for ourselves, and if you can do that, who's to say you couldn't convince the entire realm?
A stirring argument. I fear that any rejoinder I make might fall somewhat flat by comparison.
So you'll join us?
Where do you need me?
Field Marshal Havel will want to speak with you in person. He's currently in Port Isolde. I can arrange for a party of Cursebreakers to accompany you there.
That would be very much appreciated. I hear the roads are far from safe these days.
Hopefully not for long. My uncle will want to know that his plan is taking shape.
Oh, look. I don't even have to find his dumbass. He's not
Uncle,
dumb.
I bring good news. The Field Marshal has agreed to your plan.
Ha! Of course he has. I didn't doubt you for a moment, dear boy.
Rutherford is accompanying him back to your manor in Port Isolde as we speak. They will await your return there. As will one other.
One other? Who, exactly?
Lord Havel was concerned that even if he could get the realm's armies to agree to an accord, he might not be as successful in convincing those with political power. He asked if I might have a solution, and I suggested a certain Imperial Lord Magistrate turned Liberator.
One of your co-conspirators?
Master Quinton would probably call me one of his, but yes.
Another outlaw, then. Just the thing we need to put these rotten politicos in their places. Good thinking, Clive.
I'm glad you approve.
The more the merrier, eh?
Uncle, assuming Havel and Quinton can solve our problem with the armies, you still haven't mentioned how we might manage the grain shortages.
Oh, don't you worry, my boy. The 7 high houses will be seeing to that. They have all agreed to make the most generous of donations. Oh, of course, it did take a little persuasion, but luckily I had some unexpected help.
From who?
Why, you, my boy. Rumor has it that you rescued the Lady Ariane's head steward Rockford from a horde of bloodthirsty bandits.
It was more of a handful.
Well, the old battle-axe was so pleased. She had a shipload of talents delivered to my private docks by the next new moon. And when the other houses saw the parsimonious old crone's purse strings finally loosen, they as good as tripped over themselves in the rush to follow suit.
I'm happy to hear it.
Now, I must be getting back to the manor. Join us there at your earliest convenience, would you?
Of course, Uncle.
And how, pray tell, will we get that grain to the capital if the roads are still overrun with akashic?
You'll find another bloody road. I only have so many men, and I'm not about to send them headlong into an ether flood. That is, unless you'd have them turn as well.
Well, I'd certainly eat less.
Says the man with a belly bigger than a band of curls. My soldiers actually need their rations. Without any food to keep them going, they'll be dead even before you've sent them on your fool's errand.
If I may, gentlemen, perhaps I might suggest an alternative approach. Though supply routes are indeed disrupted, there is no shortage of ships. Indeed, they bob away in every bay from here to Randalar, awaiting a safe haven. Allow them to make port and fill their bellies full of grain. And once those who crowd the cities are fed, ferry the displaced back to the countryside to work the fallow fields. But I'm sure that you wish to continue your discussion. Forgive the interruption. 2 such firm friends as yourselves need no help from the likes of me. Rutherford spoke fondly of the great bond between you.
Us? Friends?
I can't stand the man.
Clive, I'm beginning to question the quality of the company you keep.
And what kind of company are you expecting him to keep? The man's a criminal.
Criminal? How dare you? You are not fit to breathe the same air as this fine, upstanding young gentleman.
Upstanding? He calls himself Sid the Bloody Outlaw.
Once more onto the breach.
Shall we begin again? What we seek here is not to create a new nation, nor to claim the thrones of those that already exist. We wish simply to bring stability to the realm that mankind might weather the current storm. And to do that, we must convince those in power, the generals, the statesmen, the nobles, that our cause is just. There will be disagreements, yes. And I imagine some resistance, much resistance. But we cannot let that deter us. If we show them the path, show them that we walk it ourselves, then I am confident they will follow. The fate of the world lies in my nephew's hands, but the well-being of her people lies in ours. And we must not squander the chance that Clive has given us.
Uncle Byron,
Now, with that settled, let's move on to the signing of the Accord. For what great moment in history hasn't been accompanied by a little ceremony? Citizens of Valisthea, I present to you the Triunity. Rutherford, Mike Will. Well, my boy, the stage is set.
that it is.
This is the role you were born for. Now I ask only that you trust in the talents of your supporting cast. We shall play our parts to the best of our abilities, that you might have the opportunity to shine. The realm needs its Sir Crandall. And there is no better Crandall than you, Clive. I want you to keep this signed accord as proof of our faith in you.
I will. Thank you, Uncle.
Freaking got it. How did I do with that? I apologize. I started this and now I have to finish. Don't, I'm going to drive myself crazy. Oh my freaking goddess! Okay. For anybody who's wondering what I was doing, I decided I was going to move the charger for my watch I thought I had enough time, except that I had it wrapped around and wrapped around and wrapped around and doing this and doing that and doing the other thing. And, yeah. Lord all frickin' mighty. That's what I get for, deciding that I have ideas and plans and things. Okay, so that is everything over there. Okay. Now we have 4 quests over here and 3 hunts, if my math is right. I think there are 3 hunts. Let's see here. That one is actually the closest, so let's go over here.
The entire village looks abandoned. Now, which house would a bookworm live in?
The one at the top of the hill, of course. Not what I'm looking
this is
for.
A Royal Army logbook. Did he take this from the local barracks?
Also not it.
His interests were certainly varied.
You guys really want to read a thing about the Moogle? If you did, I tried to move slow, and you can pause. Oh, ha ha ha. Chapter 16. Bears are other than human.
This is it. But if what it says is true, I need to get this back to the hideaway.
But first, fight!
Leaving so soon, stranger?
Yes.
We've been watching you. From
Have
a
you now?
distance, so to speak.
Subtle. I know who you are.
Then we need not waste time on introductions. Hand me the book.
No.
Leave it in our care and return to your life.
Your care?
No.
Do you mean to burn it or bury it?
That is not my decision to make. But by one means or another, its contents shall be removed from the common record.
Then I'll have to politely refuse. I won't let you erase our history.
Then we find ourselves at an impasse. Very well. The book can just as easily be pried from your dead hand.
No. How fast do you want to bet we kill these guys? Damn you. I couldn't dodge that when I was in the middle of an animation. Damn you, you asshat. What an asshat.
Impressive. But we have other means. We shall claim the book yet.
Why do you want it so badly anyway?
It lays out in no uncertain terms the vanity and avarice of mankind. It tells the shameful history of the persecution and oppression of a gifted few by a giftless many. Would you say that this interpretation was correct?
I don't know.
You don't know. Your sword may be sharp, but your wits are dull. So let me answer for you. There is no correct interpretation of history. That a series of events took place may be proved beyond a doubt. But there can be no single, immutable explanation as to why they came to pass. It is a question of numbers and of belief. If enough people believe that a set of events occurred for a reason, that belief becomes the truth.
So you're trying to control the truth?
We are trying to protect people from themselves, from knowledge that would bring them naught but pain. That is all. You may keep the book, for now. The world is small. We shall meet again. Until then...
I say the Hideaway should make a point of transcribing the book.
Damn it.
And distributing it.
Let's get this back to Vivian. Perhaps she can explain what that was all about.
Whilst being careful not to accidentally translate something as celibate when it was supposed to be celebrate. Yeah, that goes back to a really old joke that I know. Let's see here. That one is probably shorter. That one... Actually, I wonder, can I get the... Will the Garuda clone show up now? No? Ambrosia! Take me with you!
Come on. No mistakes.
Yeah, the mistake would be stopping to fight that thing. Again.
Doris is waiting for me near Balmung Dock. The longer she's out in the open, the more likely she is to be found by a Kashik. I need to hurry.
Have care.
Why did you slow down?
All right. Back to the stables, Carl. There were no guards, I take it.
None manning the gates, no. It's a different story inside, though. The corridors are crawling with Akashic. Most likely guards left behind when the wardens ran. If Chadwick was being held here, I worry that he may already be.
Don't give up hope just yet, but let's move quickly. Let me check the ground floor. The ether stick is there.
Then I'll search the upper level. Good luck, Sid. Stay safe.
There are all kinds of things hidden
Just how bad
around.
are the floods inside the walls? Bad enough to turn up.
So like you can go and do all kinds of searching. I actually kind of thought I had the key, especially since it said use key.
This one.
Seriously? Because that's not overkill or anything. Oh joy, more things to read.
So this place was no ordinary prison. And I doubt they'll have taken the creature with them when they fled.
That freaking girl! Oh, am I upstairs now and I wasn't supposed to be yet? Ah! He's still in Arizona. I misremembered what the date was. Comes home on the 24th.
Minimal loss of Waluda lives. And what happens when they run out of bearers? Even the Imperials take better care of their branded than that.
I miscounted the days. It's my fault.
They were feeding bearers to it. This is even worse than I'd feared.
It's disgusting.
Nothing but a Kashyyyk down here. Hopefully things are looking better upstairs. I should go and see how Doris is getting on.
Overkill Central over here.
No lock downstairs. But I did find out that this place was more than just a prison. Something far more sinister was happening here.
I know. I've been reading some of these documents and... it can't be true, can it? Bearers die every day in service of their masters, but this is so much worse. Pitting bearers against a wild beast armed with nothing but their wits? And all in order to bring about more death. And not just those who could fight, but the elderly, children even. And those who wouldn't or couldn't were disposed of. Whatever that means.
I'm afraid it means they were fed to the monstrosity they kept here.
Then we're too late. And I was a fool to bring you here.
Don't say that. Did you find anything else?
A key. But it doesn't fit any of the locks on this floor.
Perhaps
Yay,
it will
we
fit
have
one
the
of the doors
key.
downstairs. There's a corridor I haven't searched yet. Finish up here, then come and find me when you're ready.
All right. I'll be there in a moment.
So there's a farther down section up here. Like you can keep going that way. Obviously, there are Akashic over there. You don't have to, obviously, because I'm not. Apparently, obviously is my favorite word tonight. I forget what you get for going over there, but there is a thing to be found.
Let's see what we can find down here.
Oh, you are right. Let's see if we can get her attention. Clara! Excuse me. Clara do. Clara, Duchess of Barkington. You want a treat? Clara! You go come here and get a treat? Come here, Grey Muzzle. Oh, Mama forgetted to get the freeze-dried one out. I have to do that while you eat that. I think we could probably turn the light up just a little more. There we go. Sleeping Mama's Valentine? Yeah? You look about Mama? Give me 5? 5? What? Up or do? Boy, Duchess. Give Mama 5? Good girl. If I gave him a half a chance, he would love Aziz. Also, but I'm generally on top of that. I never meant for that to be a jump scare. What the fuck?
And she sounds close.
It's supposed to scare me.
Who are you?
There's no need to be afraid. Are you alone? Are there any other survivors?
Some of the guards. They're still here. But something's wrong with them. Everyone else was eaten by the monster.
Of course there were.
Thank the Founder.
It was worth our coming. But I'd rather we didn't linger. Are you ready?
Ready when you are. You poor thing. You must have been terrified.
Did Jadwick send you?
What?
He fought the monster. Distracted it so I could run away. He must have sent you. He promised to free the others too. Where is he? He opened your cell, didn't he? He wouldn't be here otherwise.
Chadwick.
Was that?
A behemoth.
Monster's back! Chadwick, help!
We have to get out of here.
Doris, keep the girl safe.
All right. You put that bearer-eating bastard in the ground.
It's out
Yep,
there waiting
it's a
for me.
behemoth.
I can't let it live. Not if it's got a taste for bearers.
Where is the opening? We passed it. There we go.
The beast will wreak havoc if it ever leaves the prison. I can't let that happen.
It's got me pressed up against the wall. There we go.
That's better. Nice try.
You'd think all those knife cuts to the face would not be healthy. That was a pretty large amount of experience points.
Finally.
Sid, are you hurt?
I'm fine. I think.
No.
What is it?
A diary. I gave it to Chadwick before we went our separate ways. He was here. Do you think that creature?
I'm sure he fought bravely to the last. The girl is safe thanks to him.
Chadwick. You fool.
Come on. We have to get her back to the hideaway. We don't want his sacrifice to have been in vain.
No. Of course not. I'll see that she's looked after from now on. It's the least I can do.
From what I hear, you've barely left the girl's side in days. I hope she's recovering from her ordeal.
She is. Slowly but surely. She's far tougher than she looks. I thank the flames we found her. If we hadn't...
I know. But we did. I'm sorry we weren't able to save Chadwick.
There's no need to apologize. Without your help, I would never have found out what happened to him. How he fought to the bitter end to save her. To save Haida Marie. That's the man I remember. The man I thought of as a brother.
I wish I could have met him. I'd like to hear more about your past. If you don't mind, that is.
Of course. You already met my former master. She trained Chadwick and I to do two things. Kill and obey. We were supposed to be sold to the highest bidder when the time came. But no bid was ever high enough to convince her to part with us. For years, we were her daggers in the shadows. But we could never quite shake our doubts about the things she made us do. And then, one day, we just couldn't do them anymore. So we escaped. But staying together was out of the question. They would have found us too easily. After so many years of training, the pull to serve was always strong. It scared me to think he might have taken another master, become a dagger in someone else's hand.
But even in captivity, the battles he fought were his own. And he died not as someone's tool, but as a hero.
Haida Marie is proof of that. Bearers can cast off their shackles. And the Cursebreakers will show them how. I'll fight until my dying breath to see it done. For Chadwick, and for all of us.
Thank you, Doris. We'll be counting on you.
If they legitimately have us parked at the hideaway, I'm going to buy some potions. Yep. But also, since we're here, that was not who I was trying to talk to.
Don't be a stranger, eh?
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Is everything we've received and everything promised? Here you are.
Every epic starts with a single word. Every symphony a single note. This is but the beginning. And fore'er shall your legend be told, fore'er shall your legacy be sung.
Come again. I may have more for you.
No, that's the last one. That is literally and... What do you want, Vivian? Oh, I have her book.
Vivian. I found it. The book you lost.
You found it. Thank you, Clive. Even though I asked this of you, I was not entirely sure it would be possible. I feared the executors had seized every copy.
I met with one of these executors, and I convinced him to let me keep it. He told me something. That the truth is just a matter of collective belief. And then if enough people believe a lie, that lie becomes the truth.
It does. But it also means that the truth is not immutable, that it can be changed, provided that those who wish to change it can convince enough people that their perspective is the correct one. As the sad history of the bearers proves.
You said that the book inspired you to become a scholar.
It did. Or its author, rather. She was a heretic, you see. A firebrand and a dissenter. A gallows stood ready for her in every corner of the realm. And by shunning society, or perhaps being shunned by it, she stumbled upon a truth so potent that an entire realm trembled at the prospect of its utterance. I, too, have always felt somehow set apart from the world of men. A stranger to my own species. She taught me that my solitude was not a curse, but a gift. And that, though my journey to the truth might be a lonely one, what I found at my destination would be more than worth the cost.
Do you still feel that way? That you're not one of us?
Honestly, I'm not entirely sure anymore. Since coming to the hideaway, I find my thinking somewhat clouded. Perhaps the result of studying mankind from a rather closer perspective than I had intended. But the more I study, the more I find value in this perspective. In looking not from the outside, but from within. So if you'll permit me, I'd like to continue my work here. Remember, Clive, when enough people believe, belief begets truth. Give the men and women of this benighted world the gift of truth. Make them believe in you, as I do.
I'll try, Vivian. I'll try.
I might have to buy some more expectorant.
Aye, it's a dangerous world out there. Best stock up. It'd better all be here.
Nah, I'm cheating ya.
I'll find a better price than that.
What do you mean there's a... Is there another one? What? Oh. I was going to avoid coming up here. Grr.
It's usually me making demands of Hippocrates. I wonder what this is about.
So many quests to do already! Briar's Kiss. The airship. Now the Triunity Accord. And the Scholar's Bonnet. We have 5 left, one of which is for completing the timed doodads. So there are 4 curiosities left.
Lawsman Hippocrates. I received your note.
Ah, yes. I expect you're wondering what this is all about.
You spoke of making amends with Dion, but I can't imagine what for.
Then I should begin by telling you that I was once his tutor. This was some years ago, of course, before I joined Sid in his hideaway. At that time, I was counted among the foremost scholars of Oriflamme, and was accordingly invited to the palace to supervise the young prince's education, all to ensure that the future emperor had a firm grounding in, well, everything an emperor should. History, religion, commerce, government. Alas, our time together was cut short when Dion left to join the dragoons. His studies no longer being deemed necessary. I had not expected to meet with him again, least of all here.
Have you spoken with him?
No, I have yet to find the right moment. His Highness always seems so preoccupied, especially when alone. I would not wish to disturb his ruminations with idle words of greeting. Not when I know he dwells upon the evil Ultima had him commit in the Dominion.
The guilt weighs heavily on him, I know. But as you say, that was Ultima's doing. Surely you can't blame yourself.
When I first met him, it was not guilt, but his people's expectations that weighed heavily upon him. And I did nothing to ease that burden. He bore it alone, until the day he could not bear it any longer. It is one of my greatest regrets, that I only ever offered him my wisdom, when what he truly needed was friendship. The blame for Dion's transgressions lies not only on his shoulders, but on mine.
I see. I'm ready to help you in any way that I can.
Then I beg that you bring me a wild wyvern tail. Apothecaries across the ages agree that even to glimpse such a flower is to be granted inner solace. Fabulists and fraudsters all, of course. But there is oft a seed of truth to be found, where even the most outlandish opinions align.
Well, it can't hurt to try. Where can I find this flower? And how will I know it?
You have seen cultivated wyvern tails before, I trust. The lily-white blossoms from whose roots the poisonous ink for the brand is distilled. Well, those which grow in the wild differ only in their purple hue. The harsher the environment in which they are raised, the deeper the color. There is a waterfall in Rickmal's roost across the strait, where the flowers once grew in abundance. Whether they still survive there, I know not. But try as I might, I can find no likelier location.
It's all right. I'll find you a wyvern tail one way or another.
Thank you, Clive. And please, be safe.
I know where to look. Oh, look, there are 2 quests over here. That is where I was going, so... Alright. Down there... No. Oh, there are 3. Oh, because there are 3 total. It's marking all 3 of them. I don't want to fight the trifle.
We're not alone.
Well, we don't have to fight it either, Jill.
Purple flowers blooming next to a waterfall. Shouldn't be too hard to find.
Ah!
Here they are. Might as well pick enough for a bunch, I suppose. Good girl.
Oh, that reminds me. There is, if you guys ever decide to play this, over here, if you're not looking for it and you don't know about it, somewhere over here, I swear it was over here. It's along that side of either this area. Yeah. Somewhere right in here. There should be a, all right, no, not in there. Over here. Way over here. Which I guess is... No. There we go. Let's just go over there. Like, I know I'm all about the getting shit done, but... If you're not paying attention, you end up right past this.
Thanks, Gal.
There's another one of them chronolith things. And there's the Musselman area forged. So if you're in the... Even if you're not going to do the trial...
Come on.
But you're a collector of all, you know, collect all the weapons. I think I missed that like the first 3 times I played.
No need to ride from here.
Sure there is. There's not a real town here. Not there.
Ready, go? Faster!
Have care.
Nope, no care. Only run.
Might this be Mickelberg?
These people aren't turned. And the village seems safe enough at least. What is going on here?
Ah. Did you, too, heed the call?
Heed the call? No, I came here looking for someone. To be honest, I wasn't sure I'd find him here. Let alone all of you.
Is that so?
What are you doing here? Is this where you live?
It is my home. The others, they They heeded the call.
You keep saying that. What do you mean?
They came here to perform the rite, just as King Barnabas instructed. This village
Barnabas is dead.
is their altar, where they shall cast their souls upon the gentle waters and give themselves to the Lord.
Give themselves?
Oh, Lord, cleanse us of our sins.
Let us be reborn in your loving arms.
Free us from the torment of this mortal realm.
They want to be saved. Forgive me, but did another foreigner like me come here? He was probably wearing a cowl.
You mean the traveler from Stone? Yes. He's staying at my house, toward the rear of the village.
Thank you. If you don't mind, I'll go and greet him.
They seek the same salvation Barnabas did. At least the third chair still lives. Let's go and find him.
Excuse me. Are you with the Undying?
I am. And so it would appear, are you? Lord Rosfield, if I am not mistaken.
That's right. And you must be the third chair.
I am.
Cyril was worried for your safety. He sent me to find you.
Then I must apologize. I did not mean to trouble the bearer of the burning quill. Much less you, my Lord Marquis.
He said that you had failed to report. Is there a reason for that?
I came here to study the followers of this new faith. But the more I learned of them, the more my own faith began to falter. You have seen them at their prayers, have you not? They devote themselves to the veneration of their Lord with a fervor I have never seen before. Praying night and day that they might be rid of their wicked wills and reborn in their Saviour's light. Not that they might be granted respite from their worldly woes, but so that they might continue to serve him. Serve him with all of their beings. I, too, swore to devote my life to the service of my Lord and Master, but this... 'tis different. It is more. And so I would see it through to the end. See these people safe, that they might achieve their dream. That they might do their duty to their Lord. Even if it should keep me from doing my duty to mine.
You do understand what their dream is, don't you?
I do, my lord. They would cast aside their wills and become a Kashik. I know that it may be hard to believe, but to these people, that is the very essence of salvation. Forgive me, my lord, but I must remain here. If you are to return to Master Cyril, I would consider it a great... Did you hear that, my lord? Something is happening.
I'll go and find out what. Stay here. Beneath the flood. Oh no. There must be something I can do.
Well, I mean, the townspeople Technically, should be okay.
Found her.
Ready, brother?
Ready.
I mean, the townspeople want to be Akashic.
What now? We meet again. I've killed your kind before.
Damn.
Damn it! You die. Come on, speak to me.
He's been run through.
I had to save them, that they might have a chance to find true salvation. By devoting themselves to the service of their Lord. Just as I did, when the Undying plucked me from the gutter and gave me a cause to believe in. A duty to serve was everything to me, and I would not deny them that fulfillment, even if they must become a Kashik in order to achieve it. Forgive me, my Lord Marquis. I did not mean to trouble you with this. My findings. Could you deliver them to Master Cyril for me?
Of course. Your duty will be done.
Look, my lord. They are saved.
They are Akashic. And now I have to kill them. Or watch them leave town. Zombies, man.
They are saved. Founder. I should get this report to Cyril.
Right. That's right. Do you need to buy, or do you need to go to where your quest is? Let's just make you appear there.
Are you buying or selling? Anything else? Of course.
My Lord Marquis, welcome back. I am glad to see you hale and whole.
I met with your third chair, Cyril. He bade me deliver his findings to you.
Thank you, my lord. He remained in Ash?
He died protecting the villagers from an echo. I buried him in Mickelberg. I'm sorry that I couldn't save him.
If you could not save him, no one could.
The villagers, they were believers in this savior cult. They prayed to their god that they might be unburdened of their wills. Then an ether flood came, and their wish was granted. Your brother sacrificed himself that they might live, even knowing that that life was death by another name.
Then he perished defending liberty. A hero's end. For the right to choose how one dies is no less sacred than the right to choose how one lives.
Sid would agree. He wanted to build a world where people could die on their own terms.
A noble ambition. To die for one's cause is the most perfect expression of one's faith. It matters not how misguided others might judge one's decision to be. Only that the decision is one's own. We live according to the teachings of our order. We believe in them, we protect them. And yes, we die for them. For better or worse, that is our creed.
But he didn't die for your creed. He died to save them. And you still believe that what he did was right?
I believe that he believed it was. We of the Undying are not slaves, but willing servants. And this was his will, the ultimate expression of it.
All right. I'd like to know this man's name, Cyril. To know the names of all the Undying who've fallen in the line of duty. They died serving my house. It's only right that I remember them. That is my duty.
Of course. I shall fetch the Book of Martyrs at once. My lord, it has been, and shall ever be, the greatest honor of my life to serve House Rosfield. Though our duties may differ, yours is no less important. I pray with all my heart for your success. And were they here, I have no doubt but that every one of my fallen brothers and sisters would feel the same.
Good girl. This must be the orphanage. Hopefully the registry is still here. Conditioning. This is nothing short. Disposed of. Herman wasn't exaggerating. It's a wonder he survived this place. I need to find that registry. This reads like a suicide note. Did the director go through with his plan? There's only one way to find out. Forked white tree. This must be the place. Could he really be buried here? There's something hidden among the roots. Let's see. This must be the registry. So many names. This place was a slaughterhouse. And where is the architect of all this misery? It was only a matter of time, I suppose. This place is cursed. This one. I'm done here. Let's get the registry back to Herman. Time to fight. That'll do, girl. Harmon's madness lives on. This one. Over here! All yours, Torgal! Rest in peace.
Aye, it's a dangerous world out there. You're rubbing me blind, you know. It'd better all be here.
Oarsman, I found the flowers you were looking for.
You did?
I think I did.
You did indeed. My dear boy, thank you.
You wanted to make Dion a gift of one, did you not? Shall I invite him to join us?
Oh, I don't...
It's no trouble. I'll go and fetch him. Your Highness, would you do me the honor of accompanying me?
Now. It is time, then.
No, only to the shelves. Our lawsman has something he'd like to give you.
Master Harpocrates. No. I dare not show my face before him. Not after everything I have done. I have taken countless innocent lives. And ruined countless more. All because I was weak. I have sworn to atone for my crimes or die in the attempt. But were I to meet with him again, and see in his eyes what I have become, I fear that my resolve might falter.
Then that is all the more reason to do it. Test your resolve. Prove to yourself, and to him, how strong it truly is.
You are right. I must, at the very least, offer him my gratitude. Very well, then. Take me to him.
Follow me.
Even now, I hesitate to approach him. What must he think of me?
You'd be surprised.
Master Harpocrates, pray, accept my apologies for leaving your tutelage before my studies were complete. Your lessons opened my mind to a world quite unlike the one I had imagined from within the gilded confines of the palace. And I shall be forever grateful for the efforts you made to enlighten me.
Lift up your head, Your Highness. The deeds of youth require no apology. That you took the time to visit me says much about the man you have become. Now, there is something I would like to show you.
Is that a wyvern tail? The color is unfamiliar to me.
because it is unique to those found in the wild. Something in the harsh environments in which they grow lends them this striking hue. Their roots are indistinguishable from those of their hothouse cousins, but once they bloom, the difference is immediately apparent. In this flower, I see you, Your Highness. Its roots were the roots of a wyvern tail, with all that implies. But they do not define it, just as yours do not define you. I want you to have it, that it might remind you of this truth.
Master Harpocrates, I would ask of you a service. Keep your gift until I have fulfilled my duty to the realm, for only then shall I be deserving of it.
As you wish, Your Highness. I shall await your return.
Our roots do not define us. No wonder my stepmother didn't like him. For reuniting me with memories I had thought long lost. I shall not forget this.
Thank you, Clive. Were it not for you, I fear I might never have found the right moment to speak with him. Not to mention the wyvern tales. I shall plant their seeds, that I might not disappoint His Highness upon his return.
I hope the soil in the hideaway is to their liking.
Why, these flowers bloomed in the bleak, black wastes of Waloed. I'm sure Nigel's yard will suit them to a T. When it comes to expressing one's gratitude, I find that words are seldom sufficient. Here.
What's this?
A stolas quill. Or more precisely, my stolas quill. 'Tis said that an owl's feathers are steeped in the wishes it hears over its long lifetime. All those words just waiting to pour out onto the page. So consider this my wish for you. That one day you may put down your sword and pick up that pen.
Well, when that day comes, I'll certainly have a lot to write about. Thank you, Harpocrates. It shall have pride of place in my chamber.
Say what you will, Lady Karen has seen our...
Do you think Sid will tell us about his adventures in Ash?
I doubt it. I heard he's leaving again. Well, then maybe when he gets back.
I hear that you traveled to Ash, Sid. Did you by any chance recover the names of my fallen friends?
I did. Yes.
If I may? The bearer registry. The director was a brutal man. He got no worse than he deserved.
The registry was all I found beneath the tree. There was no sign of a body. Or any record of what happened to the children after the orphanage closed.
I pray that at least some of them survived. All their names are here. The ones we lost. My friends. My light in those dark times. I can still remember their faces, like it was yesterday. Children who were taken from their bunks in the morning, never to return. No explanation ever offered.
They'd be happy to know that you survived, Herman.
But why did I make it out alive, when so many others died in that awful place?
It's not your fault. And blaming yourself won't bring them back. Honor their memory. See that their names live on. That way, at least. They're never truly gone.
Thank you. Sid, I'm going to write a book. An account of the horrors of Badbach, and the spirit of those its custodians sought to crush. All of Valisthea will know of our suffering, and in the name of those I lost, I will not let it happen again.
Neither will I.
These records would have been buried for all eternity, were it not for you. Thank you.
Oh. Ha 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 ha. No. I muted myself probably when I was coughing and forgot. I actually was coming up here to look at this because there should be stuff here. Yep, lots of stuff. Got the signboard for the place in Tabor where the Undying are, and the Stolus quill from Hippocrates. Yeah, no, if you think I'm being oddly quiet, tell me. If for that matter, any streamer that you happen to watch, if you think that they're being awfully quiet or their game can't be heard, for heaven's sake, tell them. Oh, there you are. You definitely weren't there earlier. You will save a stream.
Another of the Royalists' guard dogs. Quite a specimen it is, too. Over here!
I'm about to be struck by lightning.
Too slow. Get him!
I want to mention that this thing is pain in the fucking. This might be harder than the dragon. They're both S tier. I freaking hate Meteor. I'm also not a big fan of the tornado thing. What the hell?
Too slow. Over here. Nice try. Nice try. Nice try.
Ah, 7 precision dodges. Holy fuck.
Over here. Over here. This one. All yours, Torgal. Too slow. Too slow. This one. This one. You're here. This one.
Oh. You see? Oh no, you can't see. That was 8 million experience points for that one.
No match for you, eh, Torgal?
Okay. So the only things left are the DLC and the end of the game.
Aye, it's a dangerous world out there. Best stock
You
up
don't say. That's not what I wanted.
You're rubbing me blind, you know. You'll not find a better price than that. It'd better all be here.
So what do I owe the honor? What do you want? You can thank me later. Yeah, that should do you. Not my best work, but it'll do. Yeah, that should do you. You can thank me later. Not my best work, but it'll do. Yeah, that should do you. Should last you a good while.
Okay. Oh, wait.
No scratches, all right?
There we go. Okay.
And?
I mean, I could go through and forge all the other things too, but... So tomorrow is... Or not tomorrow. Next official regular stream is DLC. Probably the day after that too. And then after that we'll do the end of the game. I'm going to do something kind of sort of semi-unusual. I know Coda has not gotten her last TRATSs for the stream. I will give them to her, but it's going to be after stream because I need to run. So I'm going to say goodnight, guys. Sleep tight, don't let the Fae bite, and I will see you guys in the next stream. Good night.